waktu sudah menunjukkan pukul 1:30 waktu Jakarta. Mungkin saya akan coba mulai webinar ini. Terima kasih Bapak, Ibu, Mbak semuanya yang telah bergabung dalam webinar ini, atas waktunya, atas kesediaannya. Semoga informasi yang kita dapatkan dari webinar ini bisa membuka wawasan kita, ya, terkait hal-hal apa saja yang perlu diperhatikan khususnya bagi seorang perawat S1, D3 dari Indonesia untuk bisa melanjutkan karirnya di Jerman. Webinar ini akan dibagi dalam 2 segmen. Segmen pertama nanti tim dari Jerman yang akan melakukannya dalam bahasa Inggris, ya, Mr. Tobias Bruning dan Mr. Nico Steinkuehler. Beliau berdua akan memaparkan semua hal, ya, dalam bahasa Inggris, apa aja yang perlu diperhatikan dan perlu dipersiapkan bagi seorang lulusan perawat Indonesia untuk bisa melanjutkan karir keperawatannya di rumah sakit di Jerman. Silakan bagi para peserta yang ingin mengajukan pertanyaan, bisa dalam bahasa Indonesia di kolom message, ya, di sebelah. Nanti saya sebagai moderator akan mencoba mentranslate-nya ke dalam bahasa Inggris atau ke dalam bahasa Jerman untuk pembicara dari Jerman ini berdua, karena kebetulan memang beliau akan memaparkannya dalam bahasa Inggris. Nanti juga presentasinya akan kami share dalam bentuk PDF ke peserta sekalian setelah webinar ini berakhir. Kemudian di segmen kedua nanti ada Mbak Selin, ya, Mbak Selin dari Uni Kelabat Manado, ya. Beliau saat ini sudah menjalani profesinya sebagai perawat di kota Bonn, Jerman. Ya, di segmen ini beliau akan menceritakan semua yang beliau jalani, ya, dari mulai tahapan pembinaan bahasa sampai sekarang beliau sudah berada di Bonn untuk meneruskan karirnya sebagai seorang perawat profesional di Jerman. Baik, tanpa ini waktu lagi, ya, mungkin karena sudah lewat. Also, Herr Brüning und Herr Steinkuehler, please introduce yourself and you can start your presentation now.
Okay, perfect. Let me share my screen. So I think you should see something now.
Yes, it's clear.
Okay, thank you, Taufik. Okay, my name is Tobias Brüning. Together with Nico Steinkühler, we are the managing director of the company Medical Connect and Fit. And so thank you very much for the invitation to introduce our company today, and thank you for your interest on our company, and especially thanks for the interest, especially also of the cooperation of us together with DSW Zentrum. And yeah, maybe Nico, you can say 1-2 sentences about you quickly.
Yeah, sure, I can do. Yeah, welcome together. My name is Nico Steinkühler. I'm 33 years old, and yeah, now we're interested to meet people and the nurses. I'm very interested because I am a nurse too, so I studied nursing in Germany with a dual study program. We will give you more information later on other slides in this presentation, because we have some we prepared some slides for that. Yeah, that is my person, and maybe we can start with the
Exactly. Okay, perfect. So, we prepared some content. I will start with a short introduction about our company, as well as what kind of services do we offer. I will give you a visualized overview about the recruiting process, and also a bit of an overview about the German employment market, especially for nurses. I will tell you about our collaboration with DSW Zentrum, and then I will hand over to Nico. He will explain you a bit about the job description of a nurse in Germany. He will give you some information about the education opportunities in Germany in the hospitals, and some further information like the salary in Germany, how many vacation days do we have, about the career path, some work permits, and how we how is it with the families if they want to come over as well, and as well as on the last slide some advantages, characteristics for that nurses should bring if they would like to work in Germany. Right. So yeah, as you can see on our logo, of course, the name of our company is Medical Connect and Fit. We are two managing directors, so Nico and myself. And the location is in Lingen. Lingen is a city in northwest Germany. You can see it here on the map on the left. And the distance to Jakarta is, of course, very high. It's around 11,000 kilometers. And yeah, our goal is we are actively recruiting nurses from Indonesia with the objective to link them to prospective employers in Germany. So what was our motivation to found this company? We recognized an untapped potential in the German job market. So especially Nico, he is a nurse as well. So he could see that the hospital where he worked really needed nurses, and the German market has not enough people. We cannot find enough people here to work at the hospitals. And then we looked at other hospitals and clinics, and they all have the same problem, the same issue, that it's very hard to find nurses on the German market. And we saw that that more and more companies or hospitals really look for them, and they also they took the step to look also abroad in foreign countries to find skilled nurses. And that brought us to the idea to found a company and to help the hospitals find appropriate people for their vacancies. What we also read in some articles here in Germany is that there are some other recruiting companies that have some suboptimal practices, and that is something that we thought there's room for improvement. So our goal is that we bring a sense of order to the field and ensuring satisfaction among all stakeholders. So the clinics, of course, especially the nurses, because we have a particular focus on the nurses and on their well-being, because they have to learn the language, they have to do the journey, and for them it's quite new here in Germany. So we really have an eye on their well-being. So our target group are all kind of healthcare facilities in Germany. The classical things are hospitals, clinics, but also nursing homes or old people's homes. They all need and are looking for nurses. And our current project is in cooperation with DSW Zentrum. We are currently fulfilling an order from a major German clinic to facilitate the arrival of 4 Indonesian nurses to Germany. So as Nico already mentioned in the beginning, we prepared some slides about us so that you know a bit about us. So yeah, my name is Tobias Brüning. I'm 37 years old. I studied industrial engineering here in Germany some years ago, and since then I'm working at employers in the field of lean management, operational excellence, and yeah, in general, you can say process optimization. I worked in some cities in Germany, also in the south of Germany, also in the north of Germany. I worked some month in the USA and in some other countries, but now I'm focusing on the recruitment together with Nico. So then I will quickly hand over to Nico again.
Yeah, that's me. As I told you, Nico Steinkühler, 33 years old. I completed the dual studies in 2015. With the end, so in the finals, you have two qualifications. Then on the one hand, you have the Bachelor of Science in Nursing, so the 4 years or 8 semester studies, and the same time you get the examination in elderly care, so in nursing, especially elderly care in this case. Then I was employed at Mediclean Hedon Clinic in Lingen, that is a rehabilitation clinic since 2015. And from there on, I was 3 years on practicing the nurse as well, to the patients on the bed, to take care of them, and yeah, to do the usual job as a nurse in neurology, early rehabilitation, so strokes, and some other neurology illness. And from January 2016, yeah, I was going into the assistance to the nursing directorate, so the management of nursing, and that is where I was now from 2018 on. Yeah, that is head of department there. So I do different wards and different stations. By now we have an orthopedic ward as well, so the traumatological ward. Yeah, and that is yeah, some cooperation in EDP, so personnel development and process optimization, what I do as well. So around the job, helping other wards, helping other departments there. Yeah, that is from now on from me.
Okay. So then I will tell you a bit about how we split our task within the company. So actually, we both are deciding everything together, but as well Nico and of course myself, we both have our strengths. So we split the responsibilities on a, let's say, we formalized it in this way. So I am more responsible for the internal organization and the planning of the company. I'm responsible for the internal structure and organization, yeah, of the company. I'm managing and monitoring the administrative processes and internal procedures, like the documents that the nurses need, the translation of it, and all the administration that is linked to these tasks, as well as the financial planning, the budgeting, and the accounting. And I'm assuring efficient use of our resources and the operational effectiveness. On the other side, Nico has his strengths more in the responsibility of external images and brand representation. He's more for the sales strategies and customer relationships. So since he has studied the nursing program, he is better in in the discussion with the hospitals and with the clinics, because they realize, oh, he's a nurse again. He knows what he's talking about. Different than me, because I did not study the nursing program, of course, and that's why it's a better choice to send Nico to the customer. Yeah, he's as well maintaining and expanding the company's external network, and he's focusing on the marketing, PR, and the customer acquisition. Okay, then we have our services. So, of course, we are identifying suitable employers. We assist in connecting nurses with employers whose values and requirements align with their skills and expertise. We do not want to send the nurses to any hospital, so we make sure in advance that it fits, and that's okay for the nurses. So we present some slides about the potential employers and ask if it's okay. So of course there is a job interview in advance, because the hospitals, they want to get to know the nurses in advance, and we are organizing and providing support before and during the job interview. So let's say we have some language barriers, then we will of course support. We also support in the preparation, because the employers sometimes have some questions prepared in advance. Then we can give the questions to the nurses before, so they can prepare a bit, and we give other advices. The coordination of the employment contracts. So when the clinic says, yes, we want the nurses, then they will creating contracts. We will handle the organization and the preparation of the employment contracts. And of course, we are managing the regulatory requirements. So the authorities here in Germany have specific needs, and we ensure that we are compliant with all these aspects. And also, if the politic is creating something new, we will know about it, and we can adapt our process. So that is that we have a lean and appropriate process. As well, which is quite important, the part of the preparation of the nursing in Germany. So Nico has a lot of experience, of course, and he can really give a nice presentation about what does it mean to work as a nurse in Germany, and that is really a benefit from us. So he can also show some real pictures from the hospitals, and yeah, can really share his experience to the nurses who would like to come to Germany. Of course, we arrange the travel we take care of the comprehensive travel arrangements. So in all kind of aspects, we book the flight. We personally get them from the airport to the flat or to the hospital. So it's all smooth and stress-free for the nurses. And we are 24/7 available. So when they come to Germany, also when it's in the night, if there are any things or problems, then we are there. So we are available all around the clock, and will support the nurses if needed. Yeah, so at every step, we are dedicated to ensuring a seamless transition and providing the support that is needed for a successful career move to Germany, right? So on the next slide, I prepared some, well, I try to visualize our process. So it all starts, of course, with the identification of skilled candidates. The second step is starting the language course, and the color in the dots is showing who is responsible for this point. So in this case, the red dots is the task of the DSW Zentrum, and some dots are green and red, so it's a collaboration of DSW Zentrum and Medical Connect and Fit. So for example, number 3, the job interviews, of course, we are doing them together, also with a clinic, of course. The next step is preparing the documents, so we need to translate them and authenticate them. Of course, we need to prepare and sign the contracts. The next step is to receive the language certificate so that we can fulfill the needs of the German authorities. And then we can start requesting the recognition. It takes some months, the whole process. And after that, we will start the visa process, and then we will prepare the journey. So the flight will happen, and when they are here, they get an appropriate onboarding so that they have all information for the beginning that they need. And the next step would be the preparation of the knowledge test to get the full recognition as a registered nurse in Germany, which is the goal, of course. So the German employment market for nurses, as I already explained a bit in the beginning, is that we have a really high demand. So yeah, we experience a consistently high demand for nursing professionals due to an aging population and increasing need for care. So older in Germany, and the need for the care is increasing, and the people who are nurses in Germany, they go a bit back. So it's not so easy to fulfill this high demand. So as you can see in the second point, so the skilled labor shortage in the nursing sector, it's really a challenge for the hospitals in Germany to find people, and that is the reason they also look in foreign countries for nurses. We have attractive career opportunities in Germany, especially for nurses with different specializations and trainings they can further educate. Yeah, and due to this labor shortage, there's an increased focus on international recruitments, providing foreign nursing professionals with opportunities in Germany. So they are really looking for people in other countries. And as you maybe know, in Germany, we have really high quality standards in healthcare. This is resulting in demanding and professional work environments for nursing professionals. Now I would like to give you a short overview. Why are we Medical Connect and Fit? Why are we collaborating with DSW Zentrum? So this is going on for some years now, and I wrote down our goal. So our collaborative goal is to facilitate the seamless integration of Indonesian healthcare professionals into Germany. This involves providing comprehensive German language skills and successfully placing qualified healthcare professionals, ensuring a smooth professional integration and delivering high quality care in Germany healthcare facilities. So to match this goal, we really need a partner who is able to deliver appropriate work, and we see in DSW Zentrum that they really provide an excellent language training. So we saw that in our last job interview, for example, the person from the German hospital was really surprised how good the German is in this case. I think, or in this moment in the process, because we were actually quite in the beginning, and the language of our nurses was really good, and they were able to ask questions. They were able to answer questions, so that the person in the hospital in Germany could also understand everything. So that was really good. So as well, DSW Zentrum knows both the German and the Indonesian culture, which really is an advantage. They work really fast and really diligent. They know the regulatory requirements, and they work really carefully, which is important for us. So we have several documents, and we really need to make sure that everything is correct and perfectly worked out. And this is something that we see in DSW Zentrum. And they are able to scout appropriate candidates for us. That is really important. I put here some pictures from our collaboration in the past. So you see here some webinars from the past, or our way how we work together. Looking on some planning slides. Right. Okay, so Nico, I guess this is
Yep.
your part.
This is my part. Yeah, I can give you some information about being a German specialist in Germany. So practicing the nursing in Germany.
Oh, sorry.
No worries. So usually in Germany, it's normal to do 3 years of training, so of education. That is a 3 years education. But Germany is going to spend more energy in dual studies, and so studying the nursing, which is very normal in other countries, but in Germany it's more normal that you do the education program of 3 years. Yeah, you have the possibility to do dual studies, but normally you do the education. The typical work is what is other from other countries, or different to other countries, is that we have a lot of personal hygiene and special care. So in other countries, it's not usual to take care of the personal hygiene for the patients. That is what we have to know. In Germany, it's usual, but there are differences of qualification in the nursing. So the more qualified nurses as you are, so as the people we bring here, have less work on personal hygiene. So they do more the special care. So infusions, for example, or injections. You do the medication. That is more what you do as a nurse in Germany. So as a specialized nurse. Or for example, the monitoring. So in the clinic where I work, we have the neurological people. So the strokes, and when you had a stroke, we have to monitor it. We have to see, take care about the vital signs and the breathing. So we have the mechanical breathing in our clinic. Yeah, and then it gives it assistance in almost every activities of daily life. So you do all around the human being, you can say, as well as the patient. So everything of the people he brings on issues or on problems to the clinic, the special nurse is taken care about. But I think you know it from your job. You have to take care about everything the people are dealing with here. Yeah, and there are possible further training opportunities. For example, anesthesia and intensive care. So That is the most, I think, the most wanted, if you can say, the most wanted nurse in Germany, when you have a specialist in anesthesia and intensive care, or for example, the palliative medicine and pain management. It's usual to do the special in pain management. Then the wound expert. So there are a lot of wounds in Germany, and they do, for example, when they lay along on a bed, then they get wounds. Then practical instructor. Yeah. Okay, maybe you can do one slide on, then you can
Sure.
see the career. Yeah. Genau. Yeah. So the career, you can say a lot of possibilities for further trainings in Germany, especially intensive care, as well as you can do a management position. So you can, for example, like me did, like I did, the ward leader management. So you can specialist, yeah, in a leader position. Yeah. Then family. It's very family-friendly infrastructure in Germany. For example, in Lingen, we are working from in Lower Saxony. So in Germany, it's very typical because of all the laws and the law building around that you have family-friendly infrastructure, and as well as family-friendly employees and facilities. So by law, they are dependent on yeah, behaving very good in the rights or in the law. Yeah, we have, for example, some we in Germany say kindergarten. May you know this this word? So some infrastructures or some clinics have kindergarten as well for people, or family friendly times, working times. Yeah, that is this part. Yeah, one example of this employer, that is my employer where I work, the so-called Hedon Clinic in Lingen. Hedon Clinic is from Mediclean, so Mediclean is a bigger facility. It's acute care hospital with the specialties of neurology and neurological early rehabilitation. So in rehabilitation phases, we decided that is in this case phase B, as well as a special neurologic spine center. And on the other hand, we have rehabilitation medicine facility with neurology, so phase C and D. That is when you can do more, maybe sitting in the wheelchair and starting to eat or to swallow, because people with neurologic problems or strokes, they're not able to swallow anymore, or to speak, for example. So the abilities to speak are getting lost. As well as we have an orthopedic traumatology specialist. So that is when you get a new hip or a new knee. So the orthopedic problems are getting treated there. Yeah. Oh, sorry, I got some technical problem here now. Switch back here. Okay, back ward A4. That is the ward where I work currently. So we'll have 34 patient beds, and from January we will rise up to 36 beds on this ward. To have more or less beds depends on how many nurses we have. So when you have less nurses, you can't do a lot of patients, and we have to close the patients' beds. But at this ward, we can handle with 34 patients and less employees. So we do not need a lot of nurses at this ward, but especially on the neurological wards, where we have as well a law which says that we have to go 1 to 5. So one nurse treats 5 patients. Yeah, the typical diagnosis here on this ward is a total hip and knee arthroplasty. So yeah, you get it resetted. herniated discs, and lumboischialgia, so that is some kind of having pain in your back, fractures, yeah, and other diseases of muscular system. So yeah, typical tasks, wound management you have as well on this word, because every people in yeah, with a new hip or with some operation in the past, they have especially wounds, of course, and we have to treat the wounds. Yeah. Okay. Here you can see some salary. That is just an example of my employee. So how can I say? There are some different pay levels in a normal, we say Tarifvertrag, so it's a contract which gives around every people earn the same money as a qualification level. So in this case, when the nurses start in Germany, and they have the recognition, so or before the recognition is the pay level 3. So you do 2,503 euro for yeah, for the beginning, starting here in Germany, but then you have not the recognition, and it depends on how long you are in the job. So they look in which level, in the horizontal way you can see the what is it, Berufserfahrung. So when you
Job experience.
job experience, especially, yeah, depends on the job experience, so how long you are as a nurse in Indonesia. So they see when you're when you finished your education in Indonesia, and say then which horizontal level you have. And the pay level 8 is after recognition, which is our all aim. Then it's so basically 3,000 euro up to 3,200 euro. But this is only the basic salary. So you have a lot of tops. You have a lot of, for example, there's a special salary for being on neurology ward. That is 200 euro more. When you do the neurological nurse, you do not have to have a bigger education for that, but you earn more money because of more heavier patients. They are more, how can I say, that is some, they have psychological problems, and maybe some shouting, or people are very ill. So they
It's more challenging, I guess.
more challenging, yeah. So the people or the nurses who work on this ward, they earn more money. And for example, when you work on weekends, or yeah, when you have, that is by law, the more salary by law. For example, Christmas days, 100% salary on that day more. So you earn double salary on that day when you work on Christmas. And there are some details I can show you more when people are here, and then we can talk about that. Yeah. That is protocol after every meeting. Yeah, you can say. So insights of past collaboration. I think Tobias now has some technical.
Yeah, we can. No, it's just a kind of overview how we collaborate between DSW Zentrum and Medical Connect and Fit. So after every meeting, we are creating a protocol. We have a WhatsApp group for our general information exchange. Just a small information, but we can go on with the next slide.
Yeah. So yeah, what is being a nurse in Germany? So I was training a few years ago, and first I thought it is a hard job. So I saw the elder people and people who have problems in life. It was hard to see, but the job is very yeah, it makes you proud of being of your job. And the normal is when you bring some curiosity for the job, so the colleagues and your environment, you always get any answers. It's a very professional way. Yeah, try to be on time if possible. That is some kind of a German typical thing, that Germans often are very on time, and especially the nurses have to be on time because we take care of the patients. For example, when you start in the morning at 6 a.m., then it's not good when you come in 7:30 because people need medication, they need the personal hygiene as well. Yeah. Yeah, ask if you don't know something. It's very important for us, especially as a German nurse, because sometimes there are some problems in languages. So normally the German languages or the German nurses are not everyone is able to speak English, so you can't tell what the problem is, and they expect the German language in Germany so that you can nearly handle this the German language, that you can explain your problems and yeah, your questions. Yeah, and everything else will work on itself, I think. So it's very important to me to say, don't worry to you, because we have a lot of education in Germany. We have a lot of trainers here which can help you. And although, so me as a ward leader and other ward leaders will help you to to do a good job in Germany to the patients. Yeah.
Okay, thanks, Nico. I would like to go back to one slide again, to the process. Here we go. So back to the process again. We, of course, some of these points, they just cost money. For example, preparing the documents. The translation is, of course, not for free. The authentication as well. The authorities in Germany, they also cost money to request the recognition, for example, or the visum. And I just would like to say that that we, Medical Connect and Fit, take care of all these costs. So it gets repaid in Germany, and also the flight. So we will take care of it. The nurses, they do not have really cost. Okay. I think we reached the last slide. So thank you very much for your attention. Nico and I, we hope that we could introduce our company a bit, and also the collaboration together with DSW Zentrum to you. And yeah, if you have any further information, if you have any further questions, then please reach out to us, and do not hesitate. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you, Nico and Tobias. Here I will read for you some questions from our audience. First is from Amana. She asked, is it possible people who has just B1 in German language working as a nurse in Germany?
Yes, it is possible. So the German law says you can come to Germany with B1, and then you can work as a nurse here. But if you would like to become a registered nurse with a full salary, then you need to do the recognition, of course, and this is also linked to B2. So in Germany, at the latest, you have to do the German B2 course.
Oke, thank you. So, Amana, jadi untuk mereka yang punya B1 bahasa Jerman, tetap bisa bekerja sebagai nurse di Jerman, hanya saja statusnya bukan sebagai nurse yang teregistrasi. Artinya kalau tadi merujuk kepada tabel gaji yang disampaikan oleh Nico, ada perbedaan antara jumlah nominal gaji antara perawat yang teregistrasi sebagai diakui sebagai perawat dengan yang tidak teregistrasi. Mungkin itu saja bedanya antara mereka. Untuk yang memiliki diakui teregistrasi, tentunya nilai nominal gajinya akan lebih tinggi, namun syaratnya pun juga harus sampai di B2. Kemudian, Tobias, there's another question here from Yusuf Miranda. What if someone doesn't have a job or education background in nursing? Should we join the Ausbildung program or study in our own country first, or they can just join the Ausbildung program in Bekerja in German, I think.
So
Yeah,
usually Nico, please.
Yeah, maybe I can say something around that. So usually, we have or we are bringing now the educated nurses, so the final educated nurses, because of less time. So when we have more time, then especially for the educations. But for example, in our company now, I think more than 80% come from, so who do the education in this company, they are coming from another country. So you can see that there's a lot of need in Germany, as well as for the educated nurses, as the nurses who are in education. So the training program. Yeah.
Okay, good. Mudah-mudahan kejawab ya, Mas Yusuf Miranda pertanyaannya. Kemudian ada lagi pertanyaan dari Amana. There's another question regarding the final university grade. Yeah, is there any minimum requirement for the final university grade for the nurse absorbing?
Yeah, so you mean if there's any possibility for the dual studies to do some more qualified work in Germany, or what is this
No.
question?
The question is this possible? Is there any minimum challenge to the grade Noten minimum Noten von Universität?
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
So you mean like some kind of numerus clausus, like
Yes.
the minimum level, yeah. So as I know, there are no minimum levels in Germany for nursing. For medicine, that of course they are the minimum numerus clausi. So that is important for being a doctor. You have to be, for example, numerus clausus from 1.5 and better. But there's no numerus clausus for being a nurse. It would be very dramatic if we have some minimum level for that, because we need these qualified nurses in Germany. And if they do some minimum level for that, that would not be good for the trainings.
Okay.
So no minimum levels. No.
So, jadi jawabannya adalah tidak ada nilai minimum yang disyaratkan. Mungkin yang paling minimum adalah nilai batas kelulusan ya. Jadi IPK-nya mungkin yang paling minimum adalah 6,0 atau mungkin dari sini 2,5 ya. Kalau misalnya standar kelulusan dari IPK sebuah universitas di Indonesia. Jadi tidak harus 3,0 ke atas. Yang penting masuk nilai kategori lulus. So there's another question from Bill Iksan. I have a bachelor degree in international relations. So I would like to ask whether this kind of bachelor degree can fit to a nurse program in Germany, or should I take the Ausbildung program first? And then what kind of visum that I have later? And is there possible for me to continue my study until I reach the Bachelor of Nursing?
Tobias, would you like to say something, or I can explain? Well,
Yeah.
first I can explain. So the dual studies in Germany, for example, are 8 semesters. So you start on a German university or together with an employment. So you have, for example, an elderly home or a hospital, which is which you have a education contract with. And then you do, in 4 years, you do the nursing part as well as you do the education. So in 4 years, you have both qualifications. Usually it is, of course, it is good to have a bachelor before, but you can do everything in Germany. So coming to Germany for education, it is possible too. Yeah. So in basic, it is possible. Yeah.
Okay. The second question is it possible to get a status as a permanent resident for those who work as a nurse in Germany?
Again, please, I did not understand full question.
Is it possible to get the permanent resident status or the unbefristet visum in Germany as as a professional nurse?
Yes, I guess so. So if you work here as a nurse and you keep on working, then after some years, I guess it's possible to get the permanent registration.
Okay.
Because we need you. That is the point, you can say. So some anecdote from the clinic. We're closing patient beds. We have a lot of problem on weekends because half shift is working. The work is getting some harder, but it's to handle because they close beds and then the work is getting less. But that is a sign for we really need nurses everywhere, yeah. In every situation, in every department.
Okay. Okay. So another question from Aziza. She asked that how much actually the total living cost in Germany? Is it enough our salary as a nurse to cover all the living costs in Germany?
Yes, so the table that Nico showed, also the minimum that you receive when you just come to Germany is enough to have a good life here in Germany. So yeah, you can cover all costs that you have with it, and of course you have still money left to have a nice life here. So your flat is covered, the insurance is covered, some insurances are covered as well from the company, so you do not have the costs alone. And yeah, which cost do you have as well? So some transportation costs, and yeah, it's covered.
Okay. Another question from Octaria. If we join Ausbildung program and after finishing Ausbildung program in Germany, can your company facilitate us?
Yeah. So when you do
Yes.
education, that is when you come here to do the education and an employee is or a facility is facilitating you there, then of course they will hold you, or they will do everything to hold you because they want you to be a nurse in their company. Yeah, it's a very, very short job. Yeah.
All right. Okay. So the next question from Litwina. I think this is for you, Nico. Can you again, as briefly, he asked that can you tell me what is the job description as a nurse in Germany?
We say Pflegefachkraft in Germany, so the German word Pflegefachkraft, because by law it was changing from Gesundheits- und Krankenpflegerin. Now we have Pflegefachkraft. That is the job explanation or the word for that. Is the question done with that, or what the nurse does, or what would you like to know?
This question is not specified what kind of nurse, but I think as a general nurse, what was the job description as a general Pflegefachkraft in Germany?
Pflegefachkraft, yeah, Pflegefachfrau or Pflegefachmann, you say in gendering. Yeah, that is the word for the general nurse. So the nurse who can sit everywhere. And as a Pflegefachkraft, you can work at every hospital, at every elderly home. So you don't have to specify before you work anywhere. You can specify at your company that the company will help you to specify. For example, the intensive care. Yeah, so
Or maybe
Pardon?
maybe it's also the question, what are the usual tasks from the nurse? So what is a Pflegefachkraft doing?
So maybe I can help you with a normal day of a nurse. So you start at 6 a.m., for example, in the early shift. You do washing the patients or help with washing up to maybe 7:30 or 8 a.m. Then you do medication. You do food for the people, so the breakfast. Then you go with the doctors on so-called Visite, so to see the people, to page the patients, and to ask if there are any problems in their treatment or in their rehabilitation. Then, yeah.
Okay, good. I think it's answered enough. The next question is in English, actually. What if we get a trouble in communicating with patient or work partner because we are not fluent enough yet? Will there be an assistant or something else to help us in this situation?
I would say not always. Here I would refer to the slide from Nico, the last slide from Nico. So the third point here. So if you have some problems or need to know something, then just ask your colleagues. They can help, and so it's always somebody there. Maybe as Nico said, maybe the person is not able to speak English, but if you describe what you need and what you want from the patient, your colleague will of course help you. Yes.
Oke, mungkin saya akan tambahkan terkait pertanyaan ini. I will add something in Indonesian regarding this question.
Sure.
Mas Yusuf Miranda, terkait persyaratan bagi para perawat yang akan bekerja di Jerman itu minimal adalah memiliki sertifikasi B1, B1, ya. Nah, di mana seseorang yang sudah memiliki sertifikasi B1, dia pada dasarnya sudah cukup mumpuni untuk menjalani atau melakukan komunikasi dasar dengan orang Jerman atau dengan pasien di sana. Ya, jadi tingkatan level B1 itu kalau disetarakan dengan bahasa Inggris itu mungkin ada di area TOEFL antara 450 sampai dengan 500. Ya, jadi kita bisa bayangkan bahwa seseorang yang sudah memiliki nilai TOEFL di angka 450 ke atas biasanya jarang terjadi kesulitan bagi dirinya untuk membaca atau berkomunikasi dengan lawan bicaranya di bahasa tersebut, di bahasa Inggris atau bahasa Jerman. Nah, jadi apabila terjadi hal komunikasi, biasanya itu baru akan terjadi apabila kemampuan bahasa dari si perawat ini kurang dari B1. Sehingga itulah yang menyebabkan kenapa persyaratan minimal bahasa yang diminta oleh pihak Jerman adalah di level B1. Nah, terus kemudian ini ada pertanyaan dalam bahasa Indonesia. There is another question from Ilanius Denny. He is asking, recruiting process from 1 bis 10 is consuming how much time required for this whole process to conduct, and is there any cost for this process which is bear by the vendors?
Sorry, can we repeat the last part of the question? I got the question, but the last part was a bit interrupted.
From this 1 to 10 process, a step process, is there any
Yes.
cost that bear by the nurse?
So actually the nurse is supporting all steps, I guess. So for example, yeah, the job interview, of course, they are involved. Also preparing of the documents. So we need the documents from the nurses so that we can give them to translation and authentication. And to have a feeling for the duration of the whole process, it really depends. So for example, let's say the language test at the Goethe Institute. So if you pass the test from the first try, then we save 1 or 2 months, for example, because we do not need to repeat the test. Then it also depends on the authorities in Germany. We the times to work on every request, they vary. So at the moment, I guess we have 3 to 4 months for our authority in Germany to complete the recognition request. Then we have also a variability in the visa. So sometimes they are fast, sometimes they are not so fast. It depends how much work they have. But all in all, I would say so a bit above 1 year. So just a rough estimation from me, including the language course, of course.
All right. Okay. I will add in Indonesian. So tentang pertanyaan ini untuk pertanyaan dari Ilenius ini mungkin akan lebih terjawab pada segmen kedua ketika Mbak Selin nanti akan menjelaskan bagaimana yang akan dia jalani ya dari mulai hari pertama dia menjalani proses ini sampai dengan kemudian saat ini beliau sudah berada di board. Mungkin untuk proses itu untuk pertanyaan itu akan bisa lebih detail terjawab dengan Mbak Selin nanti. Nah, terkait dengan biaya juga demikian. Nanti saya akan tambahkan pada segmen kedua ya biaya-biaya apa saja yang ditanggung oleh peserta di awal. Ada biaya yang ditanggung peserta di awal, kemudian nanti akan mendapatkan penggantian dari rumah sakit ya. Ada yang murni ditanggung oleh peserta dan seperti biaya misalnya biaya seandainya dari luar Jakarta gitu ya, kemudian mengikuti pelatihan di tempat kami di Jakarta, tentunya para peserta dari luar Jakarta ini perlu tempat tinggal, ya, perlu kos mungkin, makan minum di Jakarta selama menjalani pendidikan. Nah, ini biaya yang perlu ditanggung oleh kandidat perawat. Nanti di segmen kedua kita akan bahas biaya-biaya apa saja yang akan mendapatkan penggantian. Tapi yang jelas hampir 85%-nya akan mendapatkan penggantian dari pihak rumah sakit di Jerman. So, demikian juga pertanyaan terakhir untuk Mbak Lidwina. Ya, ini juga nanti akan kita bahas di segmen kedua bersama Mbak Selin. Ya. Kita bisa lebih detail untuk itu nanti. Oke, last question, I think, for the audience. What from step 1 until 10, it of course there's a cost to cover step 1, step 2, step 3 until step 10, and which point, which cost that is reimbursed by the hospital in Germany?
Actually, all costs. So there are 0 costs for the nurse.
Oh, okay, perfect.
So yeah,
including the TCAT, yeah, including the language course.
including the language course. Yes.
All right. So, ya, jadi hampir semua kos akan mendapat penggantian dari pihak rumah sakit di Jerman. So, ada pertanyaan lain? Kalau tidak ada pertanyaan lain, kami akan langsung ke segmen kedua. I think there is no more question for both of you, Tobias and Nico. I will continue. Thank you for the explanation and for the presentation. And I will continue to the part 2 from this webinar with Ms. Selin Todingdatu. So, Selin, are you ready? But I would be apologize that Selin will conduct this presentation in Indonesian. So because of it's easier.
That's okay.
All right, okay, Selin, silakan.
Baik, selamat siang ya di situ. Sini masih pagi. Suara saya kedengaran, Har?
Oke, terima, jelas.
Pertama-tama saya mau katakan kalau saya bersyukur kepada Tuhan karena sampai saat proses ini Tuhan bantu hingga bisa di sini sekarang di Jerman dan bekerja sebagai perawat. Saya tidak menyangka saya bisa sebagai posisi memberikan testimoni karena dulu saya seperti teman-teman yang ikut-ikut webinar, cari-cari akses ke luar negeri, dan sekarang saya yang kasih testimoni, sangat tidak menyangka. Dan awalnya itu saya gabung ke DSW tahun 2021. Saya terbang dari Sulawesi karena saya kuliahnya di Manado. Saya ke Jakarta itu bulan Oktober 2021. Datang ke DSW. Di sana dijelaskan sama Herr Taufik secara langsung tentang bagaimana prosesnya ke depan dan keuntungan-keuntungan yang akan didapat nanti kalau misalnya di Jerman. Dan saya ingat sekali, banyak sekali tentu saja keuntungan, dan yang memotivasi saya itu karena mungkin dari gajinya ya yang berkali-kali lipat. Kalau misalnya perawat yang di Indonesia kita kerjanya di Jerman itu gajinya berkali-kali lipat. Akhirnya dari awal saya langsung termotivasi, berkomitmen untuk benar-benar serius mengikuti kursus ini dengan pihak DSW. Dan singkat cerita kami mulai belajar. Kurang lebih dari 6 bulan kami sudah bisa menyelesaikan level B1 bahasa Jerman ini. Kami ada beberapa waktu itu yang dari Sulawesi. Kemudian setelah B1 itu karena kami ini prosesnya mau mengikuti proses Anerkennung, bukan yang Ausbildung. Jadi langsung kerja gitu, cuma melalui penyetaraan ijazah, jadi langsung kerja. Jadi butuhnya B2, jadi kami lanjut lagi B2, belajar. B2 itu kurang lebih 1 tahun lebih ya. Sampai bulan Desember 2022 saya sudah mulai ujian untuk B2 dan puji Tuhan dengan bantuan Tuhan langsung lulus waktu itu. Dan di DSW ini kita tidak hanya fokus ke bahasa ya, tapi juga dalam persiapan-persiapan kayak mulai dari bikin persiapan lamaran kerja, surat lamaran, CV itu semua dibantu. Kita bikin dalam bahasa Jerman, nanti dikoreksi sama Frau Ayu, pihak DSW, terus sambil kita belajar itu jadi sambil cari-cari kerja, sambil apply CV kita ke Jerman, dan akhirnya bahkan sampai persiapan interview waktu itu saya ingat sekali Frau Ayu itu ngasih kami kayak pertanyaan-pertanyaan nanti yang akan kemungkinan muncul dari pemberi kerja itu sudah dipersiapkan dengan matang-matang cara jawabnya gimana, sampai nanti pas interview juga Frau Ayu dan Herr Taufik itu ada di samping, jadi kayak in case ada yang kita nggak mengerti nanti kita dibantu sama mereka. Jadi sangat persiapannya itu bisa dibilang sangat matang, dan sehingga kami waktu itu pas interview dengan pemberi kerja kami, puji Tuhan langsung lulus juga. Dan saya masih ingat sekali pemberi kerjanya itu bilang ke kami kalau, wah bahasa kalian itu bagus banget ya. Saya rekomendasikan supaya kayak semua orang Indonesia yang mau datang ke Deutschland itu belajarnya di DSC saja, saking kayak katanya kami bagus gitu. Akhirnya lulus, langsung diterima waktu itu, dan lanjut ke pengurusan dokumen. Tidak dipungkiri kalau dengan Jerman itu pengurusan dokumennya agak ribet ya. Jerman emang terkenal dengan pengurusan dokumen yang agak ribet. Jadi waktu itu kami pengurusan dokumen Anerkennung kurang lebih 7 bulanan kalau nggak salah, yang seharusnya hanya 4 bulan. Setelah selesai Anerkennung, keluarlah yang namanya defisit Bescheid. Setelah keluar defisit Bescheid ini berarti kita sudah bisa berangkat. Jadi saya langsung mengurus visa, dan kembali lagi sangat dibantu oleh pihak DSW waktu itu. Herr Taufik bikin list-list apa saja yang harus dipersiapkan, sehingga pas apply visa di kedutaan Jerman waktu itu langsung lulus juga interviewnya, karena memang sudah dipersiapkan dengan matang dari DSW segala dokumen-dokumen dan apa nanti pertanyaan-pertanyaan yang muncul, jadi langsung lulus waktu itu. Setelah itu kurang lebih dari bikin termin visa sampai keluar visanya itu 1 bulan lebih. Setelah itu visanya keluar dan ya kami pun berangkat. Di perjalanan kurang lebih 15 jam pesawat transit di Istanbul di Turki, habis itu sampai di Jerman, dijemput sama pihak pemberi kerja kami dari UKB, ada Frau Fischer waktu itu. Habis itu langsung ke tempat kerja, tanda tangan kontrak. Setelah tanda tangan kontrak dan lain-lain itu banyak yang kami isi-isi, langsung ke hotel, karena waktu itu belum dapat kayak wonung apartemen gitu, jadi harus tinggal di hotel dulu kurang lebih sebulan. Baru kemarin ini kami pindah ke wonung karena baru dapat wonungnya. Setelah itu saat ini kami masih kayak ikut dulu kursus Jerman lagi supaya lebih matang, karena di sini pemberi kerjanya bilang karena sudah pengalaman ada yang kayak terbang langsung kerja, langsung berhadapan dengan pasien, jadi mereka kayak nggak tahan stres dan akhirnya tidak lanjut. Makanya sekarang itu harus persiapan lagi. Walaupun kita di Indonesia sudah belajar bahasa Jerman, kita harus tetap lagi belajar. Nanti habis itu akan belajar lagi basis kurs, walaupun kita sudah mungkin sekolah atau kuliah 4 tahunan, tapi harus belajar lagi kayak, karena kan bahasanya beda, jadi emang harus persiapan banget.
Sebenarnya ada masalah koneksi di tempat Selin. Sebentar saya coba hubungi Selin melalui WA sebentar. Bentar. Sepertinya terputus. Selin, koneksinya saya coba hubungi lagi sebentar. Oke, silakan
Halo.
Selin.
Mohon maaf, jaringannya putus tadi. Jadi saya mau bilang ke teman-teman bahwa jangan ragu-ragu untuk datang, untuk bergabung dengan pihak DSW. Kita sangat dibantu, persiapannya sangat matang. Dan sampai di sini pun kita itu, saya mau bilang bahwa orang Jerman ini mengutamakan kayak kesejahteraan karyawan. Karena kami kayak sangat merasa, kami kayak langsung dibawa ke hotel, dan juga kami sudah dapat gaji. Walaupun tidak cukup 1 bulan kami kerja, tapi mulai dari tanda tangan kontrak sampai akhir bulan kami udah dapat gaji, karena memang mereka bilang bahwa hidup itu butuh gaji, jadi kalian harus udah dapat gajinya gitu. Walaupun kami masih dalam proses persiapan, harus ikut kursus, belum bekerja langsung di rumah sakit, tapi udah dapat gaji, karena memang mereka itu di sini mengusahakan supaya kesejahteraan karyawan-karyawan mereka itu bisa terasa baik gitu bagi kita. Dan jangan ragu-ragu datang ke DSW, karena saya yakin kalian semua punya mimpi seperti saya, ingin bekerja di luar negeri. Dan ya, disinilah saya sekarang sudah mewujudkan mimpi. Sangat bersyukur juga pada pihak DSW, pada Tuhan. Dan mungkin teman-teman punya pertanyaan atau hal yang ingin diklarifikasi, ya bisa ditulis di kolom komentar.
Ya, Kak Selin, ini ada pertanyaan soal kultur shock nih, ya, dari Aziza. Terus kira-kira kayak apa tuh? Terjadi nggak di Kak Selin? Terus apakah cukup B2 untuk bisa bicara sehari-hari? Ini dari pertanyaan yang pertama, silakan.
Iya, jadi kalau berhubungan dengan culture shock, dari awal itu saya lupa bilang tadi, kalau di DSW kan Frau Ayu ini juga sama Herr Taufik udah hidup di Jerman beberapa puluh tahun. Jadi sambil kita belajar itu sambil diperkenalkan sedikit demi sedikit culture yang ada di sini. Jadi pas datang ke sini kayak sudah tahu gitu, oh orangnya di sini tuh kayak gini kayak gini. Jadi nggak terlalu yang shock-shock banget. Mungkin kemarin shocknya yang ini aja, yang cuacanya agak dingin banget kan. Kalau di Jakarta kita itu, kalau Hertafik bilang punya 12 matahari, kalau di sini tuh dingin. Jadi ya teman-teman persiapan juga tentang persiapan untuk cuaca itu perlu. Dan pertanyaan selanjutnya, apakah cukup level B2 untuk bahasa sehari-hari? Saya mau bilang ya, tentu saja itu cukup. Karena untuk lulus level B2 sendiri itu kan prosesnya lumayan, kosakatanya juga udah lumayan tuh yang. Jadi kalau misalnya teman-teman udah lulus B2 pasti udah bisa berbicara sehari-hari sih seharusnya dengan orang-orang di sini.
Terus tadi Mbak Selin, terkait dengan pertanyaan sebelumnya, ya, apa namanya, syarat agar bisa diterima bekerja di sana, dari Mbak Litvina nih ada pertanyaan. Jika kami tertarik, apa saja syarat yang harus dipenuhi agar bisa bekerja di sana? Terus kemudian mengenai biaya, ada nggak biaya yang ditanggung murni oleh peserta? Mungkin bisa dijelaskan.
Kalau untuk syaratnya, kayak untuk anak kenu yang kami langsung kerja ini kan pastinya udah punya STR, terus minimal B1, karena nanti kalau sampai di sini nanti ikut kursus Jerman lagi untuk B2-nya di sini bisa. Jadi syaratnya itu lulus nurse, punya STR dan punya B1. Itu kalau dari saya. Terus biaya yang ditanggung murni itu mungkin seperti yang sudah Taufik bilang tadi, biaya kehidupan kita sehari-hari itu harus ditanggung sendiri. Sama kayak saya yang dari luar Jakarta kan datang ke DSW ke Jakarta itu kan butuh biaya pesawat atau biaya perjalanan itu murni ditanggung sendiri.
Ada pertanyaan nih, berapa hari cuti di Jerman sih untuk seorang pegawai awal
Cuti kita
Turlau?
di kontrak kami kemarin tertera itu 1 tahun kita dapat cuti itu 24 hari.
Oke, 24
Bisa
hari
sampai
ya.
30 hari juga. Iya.
Nah, ini ada dari Aziza lagi. Bisa nggak di-share tips agar belajar bahasa Jerman tuh bisa lulus sampai B2?
Oh ya, tips-tips ya. Kalau dari saya itu motivasi itu penting banget karena kalau nggak ada motivasi pasti kayak semangat untuk belajar itu nggak ada. Saya yakin teman-teman semua punya motivasi. Ada yang kayak mau bantu orang tua, ada yang mimpinya ingin kerja di luar negeri. Motivasi itu penting untuk tetap mempunyai semangat belajar dan kalau dalam proses belajarnya itu teman-teman itu harus komitmen, banyak hafal kosakata karena kalau tanpa kosakata kita nggak bisa mengerti ya. Jadi kalau dari saya itu saya kebanyakan kayak hafal kosakata, terus banyak latihan soal-soal juga nanti biar lulus, banyak denger, latihan listening gitu. Kan sekarang banyak tuh ada di TikTok, di YouTube dan lain-lain biar teman-teman nggak bosan belajarnya kan bisa denger-denger di TikTok, di YouTube juga eh, nonton dalam bahasa Jerman itu juga saya rasa sangat membantu. Dengan dengar musik juga bisa.
Oke. Ini ada pertanyaan dari Yusuf Miranda. Kak Selin, apakah pernah secara tidak sengaja miskom sama rekan kerja atau pasien? Itu gimana ngatasinnya? Atau pengalaman Kak Selin atau tempat kerja di Indo? Terus biar aman, berapa ya nominal uang saku yang perlu kita bawa ke Jerman?
Kalau miskom seringkali mungkin banyak terjadi ya. Kayak kami kan di sini dari banyak-banyak negara tuh direkrutnya sama pihak pemberi kerja. Kemarin ada yang teman kami dari Brasil juga, mereka kan baru juga belajar bahasa tuh, jadi seringkali miskomunikasi. Dan cara ngatasinnya itu biasa kita kayak nanya ulang, wibita, sampai kayak jelasinnya itu pakai bahasa yang udah paling apa ya, paling bisa dimengerti dan kadang pakai gerakan-gerakan tubuh gitu udah bisa mengerti sendiri kok. Dan kalau teman-teman juga bisa bahasa Inggris itu nilai plus orang-orang di sini. Mungkin nggak semua ya, tapi kebanyakan saya rasa bisa berbahasa Inggris.
Oke. Em, ada pertanyaan berikutnya nih, Kak, dari Ridwina lagi. Kalau misalnya kita diterima, apakah kita ditempatkan langsung di rumah sakit atau di perumahan? Maksudnya perumahan mungkin di panti ya, di panti semacam panti buat lansia, mungkin itu maksudnya kali ya. Bisa dijawab?
Oh, ya, mungkin kalau itu tergantung pemberi kerja ya. Dan nanti kayak kalau misalnya saya nih pemberi kerja saya kan dari pihak rumah sakit dari Uniklinikum, jadi saya kerjanya di rumah sakit. Kalau misalnya nanti teman-teman dapat pemberi kerja yang dari panti, berarti nanti teman-teman kerjanya di panti, kayaknya gitu sih.
Oke. Ya, tambahan aja dari kami. eh, Memang benar, artinya pihak-pihak pemberi kerja lah yang akan menentukan seorang perawat asing itu akan ditempatkan di mana. Penentuan ini biasanya akan mempertimbangkan kemampuan bahasa dari seorang perawat asing. Apabila memang kemampuan bahasa dari perawat asing ini cukup baik, maka sangat mungkin perawat asing ini akan langsung ditempatkan di unit-unit yang ada di rumah sakit. Apakah itu UGD, apakah itu hemodialisa dan sebagainya, ya itu pasti akan seperti itu. Tapi kalau memang ternyata pihak rumah sakit menilai bahwa kemampuan bahasa dari perawat asing ini masih dianggap kurang, maka bisa jadi perawat ini akan ditempatkan di unit-unit yang memang tidak keberadaan bahasa Jerman itu tidak inilah seperti unit departemen lansia atau anak-anak gitu ya. Karena akan sangat berbahaya sekali apabila perawat asing yang memiliki kemampuan bahasa kurang kemudian ditempatkan langsung di UGD. Ya. Apabila terjadi miskomunikasi antara dokter UGD dengan si perawat ini, wah itu efeknya bisa sangat fatal ke rumah sakit gitu, ke pihak pasien tentunya. Ya, dokter minta apa, kemudian karena kemampuan bahasa yang kurang, sehingga perawat ini melakukan hal yang tidak diinstruksikan atau terjadi miskomunikasi sehingga efeknya ke pasien bisa amat sangat fatal. Nah, jadi memang pihak rumah sakit pun akan mempertimbangkan di awal ya di mana perawat asing ini akan ditempatkan terlebih dahulu. Tapi apabila dengan berjalannya waktu kemudian terjadi peningkatan bahasa, maka sangat mungkin akan dipindahkan ke unit lainnya yang memang eh, membutuhkan kemampuan bahasa yang baik. Nah, ini ada satu pertanyaan dari Ramadan kalau langsung bekerja seperti kakak gitu ya, apakah harus masuk ke organisasi profesi perawat di Jerman seperti Pflegekammer atau tidak?
Itu kayaknya tidak perlu, soalnya saya juga tidak ada bergabung seperti itu dan bisa langsung kerja. Yang penting itu kalau mau langsung kerja, yang penting ini aja, kita udah lulus profesi dan punya STR.
Jadi keberadaan STR yang masih aktif itu syarat mutlak ya, Kak? Oke. Ada lagi mungkin yang ingin ditanyakan? Saya mungkin juga ingin bertanya ke Selin terkait dengan etos kerja seperti apa sih yang diminta oleh pihak rumah sakit untuk perawat-perawat asingnya, seperti kira-kira etos kerja yang harus diperhatikan bagi mereka yang mau kerja di sebuah rumah sakit di Jerman.
Kalau kita perawat dari asing terus mau kerja di Jerman itu paling ini ke apa ya? Kalau saya mungkin dari kebahasanya aja sih, kayak kita harus bisa bahasa orang di sini karena seperti yang udah bilang tadi, dalam mau berkomunikasi dengan pasien itu kita perlu mengerti apa yang mereka butuhkan, apa yang mereka sedang perlukan, dan itu tentu saja kita harus mengerti apa yang mereka katakan. Dan seperti yang dijelaskan juga tadi, di sini itu nggak semua orang bisa berbahasa Inggris, jadi memang belajar bahasa mereka itu adalah suatu keharusan sih kalau mau kerja di rumah sakit.
Oke, bagaimana dengan ini nih, dengan kadang-kadang kan kita ketemu dengan kultur baru gitu ya, dengan dari bangsa yang baru, dari ras yang baru, itu kan pasti ada perbedaan pandangan budaya. Nah, kira-kira pernah nggak terjadi istilahnya miss di area kultur ini?
Sebenarnya saya belum pernah langsung ke pasien ya, soalnya sekarang masih dalam persiapan bahasa, masih kursus. Tapi kalau misalnya kultur-kultur itu kayak mungkin kalau kita di Indonesia kan kalau kerja ke pasien itu harus yang ramah-ramah banget gitu sama pasien, harus kayak nanya kabar dan lain-lain sambil kerja itu sambil komunikasi. Mungkin di sini saya rasa sama juga sih, kalau misalnya kita kayak contohnya lagi bersihkan luka pasien itu kita harus sambil komunikasi komunikasi ke pasien sambil bicara-bicara gitu, jangan sampai kayak jangan sampai contohnya kita lagi bersihin luka terus pasiennya udah kesakitan, kita nggak nanya sakit nggak Pak atau apa segala macam gitu. Jadi kalau menurut saya kurang lebih sama dengan di Indonesia kalau kultur ke pasiennya mungkin.
Oke. Terus ini ada pertanyaan lagi, bagaimana dengan jam kerja sebagai perawat di Jerman?
Jam kerjanya itu saya rasa juga kurang lebih sama di Indonesia karena di sini itu ada 3 shift juga, kayak shift pagi dari jam 7, saya nggak tahu jam, atau mungkin jam 6, saya belum pernah shift. Tapi ada 3 shift juga, shift pagi, shift siang, sama shift malam, sama yang kayak di Indonesia.
Dalam satu pekan 5 hari kerja ya, tetap ya, sama ya.
Iya, 5 hari.
Jadi 2 hari libur ya. Cuman liburnya belum tentu akhir pekan ya.
Iya,
Bisa
belum tentu.
bisa kapan
Bisa.
aja libur. Eh, apa namanya? Oh, satu lagi pertanyaan juga. Itu cuti 24 hari kerja dalam 1 tahun itu, apakah bisa langsung diambil di tahun pertama kita bekerja di Jerman? Apakah baru bisa diambil kayak di Indonesia kan eh, pegawai baru tuh biasanya nggak mungkin lah dapat cuti langsung 20 hari dalam tahun pertama dia kerja. Apakah itu bisa langsung diambil seluruhnya? Apakah diperbolehkan juga pulang ke Indonesia selama cuti?
Tentu saja boleh pulang ke Indonesia untuk dan saya rasa untuk 1 tahun itu kita bisa langsung ngambil cutinya. Kayak contoh saya ini mulai kerjanya dari November kemarin, berarti tahun depan di November saya sudah bisa ngambil cuti yang 24 hari itu dan tentu saja bisa pulang ke Indonesia kalau mau.
Oke. Jadi bisa langsung diambil utuh ya, 20
Iya,
sekian hari itu tanpa harus mungkin bulan Januari sekian hari, bulan Februari sekian hari, nggak perlu seperti itu ya. Artinya
iya,
kalau kita berpikir mau berlebaran di Indonesia atau mau Natalan di Indonesia, bisa kita ambil semuanya langsung kan?
betul sekali.
Oke, baik. Eh, ada lagi yang ingin ditanyakan? Seandainya dari peserta, dari audiens, mungkin di sini ada Pak Rimsen juga ya, alumni dari Jerman juga yang saat ini mengajarkan beberapa kandidat perawat. Kemudian ada Pak Eko, kebetulan beliau juga di bagian administrasi dari Universitas Mustopo. Beliau juga sedang memantau bagaimana kemungkinan dari mahasiswa Mustopo untuk bisa melanjutkan karirnya di Jerman. Baik, atau Ibu Retno ada yang ingin ditanyakan, Bu?
Baik, Pak Taufik, saya kira untuk ini cukup jelas. Tadi yang dipaparkan Mbak Selin juga cukup membantu. Untuk ini lebih detailnya mungkin kalau bisa diberi gambaran untuk ibaratnya berapa biaya yang buat dia bekal untuk sampai di B1 atau kalau bisa juga dengan B2-nya. Nah, nanti seperti yang tadi disampaikan Pak Niko dan Pak Tobias, sepertinya ada komponen-komponen yang diganti ya Pak ya. Yang diganti, ada yang diganti, ada yang juga jadi ini sendiri. Mungkin angkanya akan lebih diminati oleh para peserta ini, angkanya berapa. Mungkin mereka supaya persiapannya itu cukup matang di pembekalan biaya. Mungkin begitu Pak?
Baik, baik Bu. Nanti kami coba lebih detail lagi. untuk masalah pembiayaan ini. Tapi yang jelas benar seperti yang dipaparkan oleh Pak Tobias Bruning bahwa hampir seluruh biaya yang dikeluarkan oleh perawat untuk bekerja di Jerman ini akan mendapatkan penggantian dari pihak rumah sakit di sana. Ya, seperti yang tadi juga dijelaskan oleh Pak Nico Steinkuller bahwa kebutuhan perawat di Jerman sangat besar saat ini, sehingga akhirnya rumah sakit sampai bersedia untuk mengganti seluruh komponen biaya yang dikeluarkan oleh perawat asing. Nah, ini terakhir mungkin ada pertanyaan dari Ibu Isnani ya, terkait dengan apakah bisa perawat bekerja perawat selain panti jompo atau di RS, di klinik atau di RS besar. Mungkin saya bisa langsung jawab. Apa yang sedang dijalani oleh Selin ini adalah untuk itu, Bu. Artinya saat ini Mbak Selin ini akan bekerja di sebuah RS yang cukup besar di kota Bonn, ya, yang dikelola langsung oleh Fakultas Kedokteran Universitas Bonn di kota Bonn. Artinya dia tidak lagi bekerja di panti jompo atau di institusi rehabilitasi anak-anak atau mungkin cacat, enggak. Tapi Mbak Selin ini langsung bekerja di klinik dan rumah sakit besar. Jadi tetap terbuka peluang yang cukup besar bagi perawat-perawat Indonesia untuk bisa melanjutkan karirnya di klinik-klinik atau rumah sakit besar di Jerman. Dan sebagai tambahan buat para peserta yang bergabung di sini, mungkin tadi belum sempat dibahas oleh baik itu oleh Tobias Niko atau Pak Selin, bahwa bekerja di Jerman sebagai perawat ini tidak mengenal batas waktu. Ya. Kalau kita mungkin dari Bapak Ibu sekalian pernah mendengar mengenai program apa namanya caregiver ke Jepang atau ke Timur Tengah atau ke Taiwan atau ke Hong Kong, ya, yang rata-rata ini dibatasi dengan batas waktu. Yang saya tahu, yang saya paham adalah antara 3 tahun atau maksimal 5 tahun, di mana para perawat kita yang bekerja di Jepang atau di Taiwan atau di Timur Tengah setelah batas maksimal 5 tahun biasanya harus kembali pulang ke Indonesia. Untuk Jerman tidak, ya. Jadi Selin akan bekerja terus sampai dengan usia pensiun 65 tahun di Jerman, ya. Bahkan dalam waktu dekat ini, setelah nanti selesai masa percobaan, Selin akan diberi kesempatan untuk mengundang keluarganya untuk bisa tinggal di Jerman. Artinya ayah ibunya atau kakak atau adik kandungnya atau mungkin yang sudah berkeluarga, istri dan anak-anaknya, suami, ya, itu bisa diundang untuk tinggal bersama di Jerman, mendampingi anggota keluarganya yang bekerja sebagai perawat di sana. Nah, ini yang kami tidak melihat hal tersebut terjadi dengan program serupa, baik itu yang di Jepang maupun yang di Timur Tengah, di mana saya belum pernah mendengar ada anggota keluarga yang bisa dibawa ikut serta untuk tinggal di sana. Nah, jadi ini adalah keunikan. Tadi sempat disinggung oleh Nico bahwa memang ada orientasi pemerintah Jerman terhadap keluarga itu tinggi sekali. Jadi mereka menyediakan fasilitas yang cukup baik untuk keluarga para pekerja asing agar bisa tinggal bersama di sana. Itu mungkin tambahan untuk saya. Oh maaf nih ada usia ya. Ini ada usia juga, batasan usia ditanya. Sebenarnya tidak ada batasan usia, ya. Artinya bagi siapapun selama dia bisa memenuhi persyaratan, ya, itu bisa bergabung dalam program ini karena apa namanya kami pernah mengirimkan seorang, memang bukan di area keperawatan, tapi bekerja di bidang teknik pangan, ya, teknik susu, itu sudah berusia sekitar 43 tahun, dan itu masih bisa diterima oleh perusahaan di Jerman. Nah, untuk perawat, saya pikir mereka yang di bawah 45 tahun masih punya kesempatan untuk bisa melanjutkan karirnya di Jerman. Baik, mungkin itu saja tambahan dari saya. Tobias, Nico, I think there is no more question for this session. I would like to end this seminar. Thank you again for your contribution, for presentation and all the information you give us. It's so important. We will contact you later regarding our candidate from Indonesia. So untuk para peserta, terima kasih sekali lagi atas waktu dan kesediaannya bergabung dengan webinar ini. Apabila masih ada pertanyaan, kita bisa lanjutkan melalui Zoom, melalui WhatsApp atau dengan email yang tertera di WhatsApp group yang sudah kita buat untuk Ibu Retno. Terima kasih juga dari pihak iGoes atas infrastruktur yang sudah disiapkan untuk Zoom ini buat semuanya. Demikian dari saya. Selamat siang dan terima kasih. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam
Terima kasih, Pak
warahmatullahi
Taufik, ya.
wabarakatuh.
Sama-sama, terima kasih.
Terima kasih,
Ya,
Selin.
kami masih akan edukasi ya untuk bidang-bidang lain di
Baik.
Jerman. Silakan teman-teman tetap pantau. Ada IG, ada FB-nya Igus. Boleh nanti lihat informasi yang akan kita selalu update sampaikan. Terima kasih, Pak.
Sama-sama. So Tobias and Nico, thank you very much once again.